everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Mo.
And I'm Casey.
And together we're Better Benefit, everybody. Let's get into it.
My melanin shine like miles of diamonds, coastlines and islands when the sunrise. My melanin shine, no doubt about it. Can't go without it, babe. Can't you see? Black is beautiful, magic.
This week, it's been a crazy week. Had a lot of comments, a lot of people called in. Thank you for the comments you guys left. We'll get started with the good, the bad, and the ugly. A couple funny things we have going on for the show today. The good, several people. Ice Cube did an interview. Wifey's putting the link up.
Yes.
His initiative that he's having written makes a whole lot of sense. It's not just about the police brutality, because after the police brutalize us, we still have to go to court, and then the judges have to sentence us, and then overcrowding in the prison. So the reform that he's trying to write is, or he's having written, is not only, it's a blanket to help everything that is being disenfranchised to the black people. So I thought that was important to say. Another good, Tyler Perry, congratulations. Black billionaire. Talked to my barber. It's a shame that a lot of times the roles of black men have to be this or have to be that, and buffoonery and coonery and all that. But Tyler Perry does employ a lot of black people, and he does write his own films and his own plays, and he gives black people jobs. So kudos to him.
Yes.
The bad, I spoke on this a couple of weeks ago. I told wifey about it, and we were trying to keep things light, but it's like this dude won't stop.
Yes.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, you need to stop. Like going to take pictures at the memorial for Nipsey, you need to stop. This is not even a blood and a crip thing anymore. This is just like use a rat, and cats in the streets ain't feeling that. Nipsey didn't even like you. You surprised that Tekashi would tell? Nipsey wasn't your friend, didn't even like you. So why you would go to that memorial is just too much for me. And now it's getting real because you got real cats speaking on it. Game and Reasons have said like, hey, and them O's out there, you talking bad about Snoop, you might want to just stop, bro. Like, yeah. I wasn't say, brother, I don't know what you are. I don't know if you're Latino, I don't know if you're white, I don't know what you are. I know this, if you keep playing with California, your hair gonna be one color. Red. Blood red.
Straight like that.
Straight like that. So you might want to stop, man. Like it's.
And he's not just snitching on people he was beefing with. He snitched on the billboards because he was mad he wasn't number one, and he was talking about how you could buy streams. And honestly, I don't know what his goal or the purpose of all of this is.
Sound like death. And I'm still confused. I'm mad. Nikki gave him a second breath of life. She shouldn't have done that. And now you got these kids out there thinking that like his way of life is right. You get a lot of people hurt, like we killed.
True.
Not to mention, I told you guys weeks ago that dude wasn't no blood, and Game just released a bunch of pictures of him when he used to be a Crip.
Used to be?
Yeah, he used to be a Crip. Before he was a Crip, he was a rapist.
A rapist?
Yeah, it's on the link. The link I sent you, so you send everybody else. Yeah, in 2017, Tekashi was a rapist. In 2018, he was a Crip. Now he's telling me he's a blood. So, folks, Vice Lords, you guys are next, because he's almost done with the whole West Coast thing. That's what it is. The ugly goes back to something that's near and dear to wifey's heart, the Breonna Taylor situation.
Yes.
I think it's completely ugly that they offered her ex a plea bargain to implicate her in the drug dealing. He's killing her.
Dishonor her death?
Yeah. That's ugly as it gets. That's the justice system we live in. There was a thing on Facebook where they had one little boy holding a gun, and he had the gun pointed towards himself, and another little boy was standing with his hands up. They said, "Who's the dumbest?" And I said, the sad thing is they're both dumb. One's gonna kill himself, and the other one's gonna be in jail and have to take a plea bargain for killing him. That's what our justice system is. It's no justice for us, and there's no justice for Breonna Taylor. And for these cops and prosecutors to offer a plea bargain, just say, "Hey, listen, it's not that big a deal. Just say this, and you'll go home. She's already dead." That's a slap in the face. A real slap in the face, and that's really just unacceptable. So we've got to do better as people, not just looking at the top of the ticket, the bottom of the ticket as well, because the police, the commissioners, the judges, the prosecuting attorneys, DAs we put in place, that's their job. And for them to be coming to him with that, sad.
Very. And not only that, the George Floyd murder as well. We watched something on Cardi B's page. Shout out to her because she was the one that reposted it. A lady, Miss Owens, she was basically justifying the police brutality on George Floyd, saying that he wasn't a martyr.
He was a drug addict.
Foremost, George Floyd at the time of his arrest was high on fentanyl and he was high on methamphetamine. This came back in both of his autopsy reports. If you pursue the 911 transcript, you can see the person describing somebody who is out of their mind high, and which is what made the person fearful, because he tried to use a bill that I guess was a fake bill to purchase something, and then he was outside acting weird, and they, in their police call, said that this person was obviously distorted and on drugs.
Basically saying that because he had somewhat counterfeit money and that he was on drugs, it paints a different light of the picture of his death and it shouldn't be honored. So
that's how she felt.
So killing a man in cold blood is equivalent to someone going down a rough patch of life, because she doesn't know him from a grain of salt.
Nope.
But yet you're gonna put what you heard or what you think you know on him, so he doesn't seem as a powerful, as if his death didn't mean anything.
What was her name?
I think it was Candace Owens. If I'm not
Candace
mistaken.
Owens, you're trash. I don't want to not have that to be said, because I'm sick of people trying to justify the killing, whether he was on drugs or not. In this country, black people being on drugs, they got nothing else to turn to. Like, it's rough out there, and it's only gonna get worse. You think they're killing us now? Wait till October, November, when you have to put on a hood and a mask and be black.
That's what our winter is gonna look like. And aside from what you have on, everybody's a target, male or female.
Yep.
If they see any type of melanin in this nasal area, you're a target. They're gonna think you trying to steal from the store, trying to rob somebody, regardless of if the temperature is below 0.
Doesn't matter. That's what it's gonna be.
Be careful.
And stay black.
Like we have a choice.
No, especially me. I'm real black. Last week, I posed a question to you guys concerning Michael Jordan and what he's actually done, this and another. And our show will lose all credibility if we didn't come out and report everything, not just some. So, with that being said, the comments came in, a couple people left a bunch of stuff. Michael Jordan gave $30 million to the Black Lives Matter movement. Michael Jordan from 2001 and 2007 had all black executives. I didn't know this. It's hard for me still not to admit that I'm wrong, because I'm not a petty person. I am far from petty. What I will say is, after speaking to some other black men, we all agree that Michael Jordan's voice is a lot bigger than his checkbook. Michael Jordan putting on a Black Lives Matter t-shirt would mean much more than Michael Jordan donating anonymously $30 million. Some people disagree with that. I will say that after the last argument of me bashing Michael Jeffrey Jordan, he just did an interview saying that he can no longer remain silent.
Wow.
So, I guess it's one of those situations where even when I'm right, I'm still wrong, because Michael Jordan agreed with me. He can't just stay silent. He's got to say something.
Well, I mean, he got the ball rolling. I don't know if he saw it or not, but the thing is,
I'm going to accept that. Anytime something good happens as a result of something we said, I, being half of the production of Better Benefield, and I am claiming all credit for anything good.
Wow.
Oh, and I also want to apologize to the great Bill Russell. I am sorry that I did not mention you with the Jim Brown story last week. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying I did not mention you because you were a Boston Celtic fan or you were a Boston Celtic and I being a Laker fan. I just honestly completely spaced saying that you were at that table, and you, sir, are an epitome of what black men should strive to be, and I apologize to the great Bill Russell. See, not petty.
Anyway.
Speaking of petty.
Anyway.
Thank you all for the comments on the candy corn. Thank you so much. We even had a person that was allergic to chocolate. Still would eat the candy corn. But the comment of the day, probably of the year, goes off to my brother, Joseph Martinez. I love you, bro. Joseph said, and I quote, "Those nasty ass triangles. I know that when they gave these out, this must be the trick, because they sure ain't no treat."
He was a hater.
That is gospel.
He was a hater.
When you got them orange nasty triangles in your pumpkin,
all right.
you did not feel like it was a treat.
We'll see.
You've been tricked, bamboozled. The candy corn landed on me. This stuff's so nasty.
We'll see. We'll see. Matter of fact, if you guys want to see if you guys want to see a Halloween challenge, let us know, and we will come up with something creative and fun, and that will be aired live on one of our social media platforms. We're not sure yet, but in 2 weeks?
September 25th.
September 25th, we are actually going live on.
She doesn't know where we're going.
Listen,
so
he has a surprise for me. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do plan on going live on the 25th, either from Instagram or Facebook. So make sure you're following us on both, because if we film on one, we're going to share it to the other. Also, if you're not subscribing to our channel, click that subscribe button today. Make sure you like the video, and make sure you post a comment. Now let's move on to our WTF this week.
Had a couple of good ones.
We really did. Listen, nothing could top them dudes getting it last week.
Shout out to, we found out that was a video of Future back in the day. I'm joking.
Oh, look!
all the baby kids, baby mamas. I'm joking, Future. My bad. You know I love you, bro.
Look, I was shocked. Really?
It could have been Future. The way that little boy was winding.
Listen.
I know he got a baby mama now. Or two.
Okay, well, number one is... Get it back.
That little boy was winding, man.
Get it. Number one is coming from the Savoy show. So it was, they were just in, the general store, a little corner store, and
shopping.
Yeah, my dude in the front, African, like black guy, just chilling. The dude behind him is a white guy, of course, got on their mask and stuff, but apparently the white guy had a few choice words. Check this out.
What you gonna do, boy? What you gonna do in here with everybody here, man? What you gonna do? Get your ass up there and get the fuck. God damn! Hey!
See, this is what I mean. When I see stuff like this, I'm always curious as to how these people who know how strong they are. That white guy has not been near a gym since probably 6th grade. Why on earth would you, sir, believe you're the person to be calling people boys and want to fight?
I ain't gonna tell it. He said, if you don't get up there.
I don't care what he said at that. The fact that he had Mr. Get Bad jumped like Mr. Get Bad and said, going up there, boy, this, that, and the third, and then got them hands put on him.
In slow-mo. Y'all, the slow-mo, it was the slow-mo for me. It was, because, and I feel like it was self-defense, because he was verbally abusive. Even though I got physical, I feel like you were out of your bounds to talk to me. I don't know you.
Once you make an aggressive move, that's between you and your guy. The bully already knows he can fight. It's the other guy that doesn't know. So here's the guy with the little flag. And we're all fans of Mortal Kombat. Real fans. Big fans. Like, we got 11 and 10. Like, we're at that every day. Wife and I, bass buppins.
That's how we settle disputes over here,
Yes,
okay?
we use bass buppins. Look at the fatality and the flag waiver.
Hey! Finish him. Cage wins. Fatality.
When I tell you, he was not looking for that.
No.
He thought he was going to get his point across and walk away.
He did.
He did not.
That was another mistake. See, this is like the guy from the 6th grade gymnasium. Stop getting yourself in positions where you got to defend yourself. You can't defend yourself.
And my thing is, what makes you think because of your location that you're safe? If I pop off at you at a gas station,
Guess what?
and then talk to you again at a church,
That's where it's happening at.
you
I
gonna
fight
get
right
it where
now.
you laid it down. Like,
I fight where I get mad at. We ain't gotta go nowhere. We can start right here and work our way to wherever you're trying to get to. But wherever we get into it at, that's where I'm getting down at.
That's
so
it.
That's totally on you. I already have her. So I'm in the gym for any of you people that's gonna run up and say, you know what, I think I can take him. To where? Lunch? It's gonna be a problem, man. I'm gonna put these hands on you. It's gonna be hell to get them off of you too. The pause. It's gonna be bad, man. Start a little scrappy. It's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be real bad. It's gonna be real bad. One more thing before we go, I wanted to give a shout out to T.I. and a shout out to 50. I not only appreciate what you black men are doing and the way you're going about doing it to find out to solve these murders, Tupac and Biggie.
Right.
But also 50, I want to shout out that even you knew that it was wrong for Tekashi 69 to want to redo Many Men. That song ain't about a dude running for his life and telling on people.
right.
I'm glad you let Pop Smoke, man. He rest in peace, him covered. But that's, I hate to keep going back to this because eventually we're going to be talking about the death of 6ix9ine, whether people want to believe that or not.
Inevitable.
Like that's really what it is. You cannot keep showing up in people's neighborhoods because you got some bodyguards. And when that money run out, then Bloods is protecting you. And you see, this is why the UBN and the Bloodline never got along. Like, I've said too much.
But just like how Soulja Boy wanted to run up thinking he was Billy Bad in that hood,
I've said too much.
it got beat up. Okay, like they need to bring it back to that. Like, get it on site. You can't Twitter talk and then show up at the location.
That's what's crazy. No, but that's the crazy thing. Tekashi 69 went to swimming in the hills, and then said, "Oh, I know you guys are trying to take a screenshot to see where I am, but by the time I upload this, I'll be gone." No, don't do that.
Why are you running?
If you showing up to California, just show up. Just show up. Don't post it late. It's that when we show up, go live in LA. You know what you should do? Go down in the marathon. Go down there.
It's
I'm
there.
sure the people would love to see you. Go down there because ain't nothing but them old cats down there. And because their neighborhood's right down the street from my neighborhood. So go down there, you know, telling people, hey, I'm Tekashi, I'm gonna take some pictures out here at Marathon. See how they go. Nipsey didn't even like you. Like, I mean, on Rick Ross CD, The Port of Miami, he said, like, how could y'all be surprised that Tekashi was telling? Get the album. Like, this is not me. Like, it's not like Nipsey speaking from the grave and we had a seance. Nipsey didn't like this dude, man. Nipsey didn't like this dude. Like, for you to show up at that memorial playing, boy, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
It's all
crazy.
fun and game. See, one thing about California that I know for a fact, it's one thing to be into it with the Bloods, another thing to be into it with the Crips. It's even another thing to be into it with the Serranos. When you're into it with everybody, you don't even go down there. That's not what you want to do. This dude into it with the O's. He done said some Blueface, them schoolyard cats. He done offended Snoop, them insane cats. Man, Mozzie and them don't like you.
Bad business.
Yeah, man. Just don't come back to California, man.
Gonna get your burger busted.
Busted. Clean up at aisle 4. This cat burger is busted. That's what
Mozzie, man.
Mozzie, like I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Filthy don't like there's nobody that like. Why would you think it was cool? That would be like 45 going to hang out at Malcolm's memorial. Like that's the same kind of energy it brings. Because cats gonna be like, what are you doing here? There's no way Malcolm X liked you. Why are you here?
Never met him.
Never met Malcolm. I know he don't like 45. I'm gonna go on the record and state that. So, Tekashi, keep playing. Your affirmation should be taking people for granted and playing with people.
He
Bass
using them
boogie.
9 lives real quick. But our last WTF, guys, and we're going to leave this on a debate. There is a high school in Texas. Their football team is called the Cotton Pickers. And I'm pretty sure you guys could just guess what minority carries the highest number at this high school.
What's the largest number, baby?
The Latino community.
And how do they feel about that?
They're proud to be the cotton pickers.
Cool.
And I will post this video as well. You guys check this out.
Town cotton pickers. Herman Rodriguez was a Robstown High cotton picker himself and says while he's met many outside of South Texas who find the name offensive, that's not the case for locals who are proud of their past.
We're Latinos.
Morales says he didn't even know it was a phrase people could view negatively.
That's why they call us the cotton pickers.
Robstown ISD gave us this statement that reads, quote, "To be a Robstown cotton picker exhibits a sense of pride. At this time, Robstown ISD will stay focused on student needs as their priority."
That's not cool. You guys are idiots. That little old man standing there talking about that was cool, and that would be like somebody, the San Francisco shoe shiners. That ain't cool.
Listen, just like the whole Columbine situation, once something that traumatic has happened, it's best. And the guy said it. He said we're trying to move on, but keep our history.
You a cotton picking lie.
Just like Ole Miss got the rebel. Like, things need to change. As far as our affirmation for the week, it goes as follows. People are going to judge you whether you do what you want or do what they want. Live for yourself. Live for yourself.
That's pretty
Listen, and honestly, it speaks home to any. I don't care what situation you're in. There's always someone telling you to do what's best for you, and everyone's telling you what to do except for you. You know, does that make sense?
That does. That's really good, baby. Because a lot of times, even when people say do what's best for you, they don't really mean it. They really mean by like do what's best for us, but say it's your idea.
Right.
That's pretty dope.
And that actually ties into our word of the day, which is favoritism. And the actual definition of favoritism is the practice of giving unfair preferential treatment to one person or a group at the expense of others.
Okay.
So listen, if someone is willing to hurt your feelings to save somebody else's, just know that they're their favorite. Okay? Everyone, you cannot tell me that everyone does not have a favorite. People have favorite shoes, favorite socks, favorite clothes, favorite people.
I'm Didi's favorite.
You really gonna say that?
Mm-hmm. I'm Bill's favorite brother too.
Okay, listen.
I'm John's favorite brother.
And I have some favorites. I have some favorites as well. Rest in peace, Aunt Betty. I love you, girl. But you guys, as the usual, my name is Mo.
And I'm Casey.
And you're watching Better Benefit Everybody.
We're watching?
You're watching Disney Channel. See you guys next week.